Our story began in 2008. We had just begun working with children in villages in Rajasthan. The world children inhabit in villages is very different from that of children in cities. And this was an understanding we began to imbibe very early in the course of our work. We realized that children in villages grow up in very free and unstructured environments. And although they have very little access to printed material, they are nonetheless surrounded by rich oral traditions. This stimulates their imagination and intelligence. Children in rural areas are used to facing different kinds of challenges from a very early age, and often this reflects in a resilience and spirit that is beyond their years. Take Sitaram for instance. His mother prepares food for her children early in the morning and then leaves home to work in the fields all day. This 6-year-old boy then takes care of not just himself but also his younger sister. We found similar stories in the government primary schools we were working in as well. Many children would bring younger siblings to school and look after them between classes. It was thus surprising for us to see that children who were otherwise so intelligent, sensitive, and courageous were not faring well in academics in government schools. Why, we wondered, did the children feel alienated by the school system and were unable to respond to truly absorb what they were learning in school? They say that if you expect it to climb a tree, a fish would spend its life thinking it was a fool. Similarly, we wondered if we were teaching children keeping in mind their unique abilities and disposition. Were our ways of teaching appealing to them? Were we helping them transition from their oral traditions to the world of written language in ways that were in line with their natural ways of being? And so began Oelp's journey towards developing a different approach to emergent literacy that consciously factored in the very different realities of children in rural areas. Our first challenge was to conceptualize an active and creative classroom environment that would give opportunities to the children to express their thoughts and feelings so that they would want to take part in classroom activities. The second was to create this environment in a simple and cost-effective manner. We began working in government schools in 2008, which was also the beginning of a process of unlearning our own assumptions about classroom teaching and factoring in the everyday realities of the children we were working with. Today, when we see happy children in our classrooms, we feel that perhaps we have succeeded in a small way. The Oelp method has three main components. First, the connection between the oral and the written is made apparent for the children through the use of an active classroom print environment, around which many activities are centered. For instance, we hang poems in a corner and have the children recite them, or read out books kept in the classrooms to the children. Next, we create different corners in the classroom and do different activities with those corners. For instance, the word wall corner, the corner to keep bags, the storybook corner, the calendar corner, and so on. Second, we try to make the classroom a safe and happy space for the children, where they are encouraged to share their thoughts, feelings, and experiences. Several activities are designed to get the children to open up and enhance a feeling of being accepted within the class. This results in the children feeling a sense of connection with both their teachers and classmates, and they begin to look forward to attending school.
अच्छा देखो ये किसका नाम है? दीपू. दीपू बता आपा पेग रखा जी बोला ना काही खेवा ए आ ई
Third, our experience with the children made us realize that we needed to find an easier way to teach the Devanagari script. And so we came up with the Varn Samuh Vidhi, where we scientifically divided the Hindi Varnmala into 6 different groups, such that children could begin reading and writing within 3 to 4 months of using the method. In 2018, the government of Rajasthan decided to take Oelp's teaching method to 14,000 schools across 7 districts. Further, it was decided that Oelp would support the government's endeavour through online methods. This marked the beginning of another chapter for Oelp, where we were now asked to take the Oelp approach to early literacy to the government school teachers of Rajasthan. The work began in a few schools in the Hanumangarh district, where, much to our delight, the teachers and government officials confirmed that they were getting positive results in their classrooms with the Oelp method.
OELP किट आने के बाद में बच्चों ने काफ़ी कुछ सीखा, उनका जो शिक्षा के प्रति के डर निकला है।
OELP से सबसे बड़ा बेनिफिट हमें ये हुआ है भी इससे बच्चों में सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़ा है।
सबसे बड़ी बात इसमें ये है कि परिवेश से भाषा शिक्षा को जोड़ा जा रहा है। छोटे छोटे अक्षरों के माध्यम से, छोटे छोटे शब्दों के माध्यम से बच्चे वाक्य बनाना भी सीख गए हैं।
बच्चे इंटरेस्ट के साथ पढ़ रहे हैं, उस चीज़ को समझ के साथ बच्चे शब्द को पढ़ रहे हैं। पहले इतनी समझ विकसित नहीं थी, रटा रटाया पढ़ते थे।
फर्स्ट और सेकंड क्लास में अगर OELP अगर लागू हो जाए सब स्कूल्स में, तो जो थर्ड क्लास में आपको बच्चा मिलेगा वो बिल्कुल तैयार होगा। आप बुक रीडिंग भी उससे करवा सकते हैं। अगर अपना बेस इतना तैयार मिलता है थर्ड क्लास में बच्चे का, तो मुझे नहीं लगता कि आगे कोई भी दिक्कत आने वाली है।
We are confident that the Oelp method of strengthening foundational learning, developed keeping in mind the everyday realities of teachers and children, will successfully reach more schools and communities in the days to come.
चलो बोलो आज स्कूल में कौन